Hi, Joe from Roast My Pricing Page here. Today I'm going to show you a roast of Asana's pricing page. Asana is a project management tool that I used when I was a product manager and never had the opportunity to have a look at their pricing page. And now that I did so, I wanted to share some actionable insights that I think can be taken from their pricing page because it's a very good one. And there are a few very, very good practices that I would like to share with you. So now let's dive right in. So the headline first. The headline is very well formulated in my opinion. They managed to both convey information about the value prop. So here by saying easily organize your work. And by conveying information also about their pricing model and more specifically information that are really here to reassure the customer. So these are this start free mention and this no credit card required phrase. So here very well done because providing information about both your value prop and your pricing model in a very concise way is a very tough exercise to do. So congrats on Asana for this. The only thing that I would remove is this access Asana's features mentioned that for me does not provide that much value. And instead of that, maybe they should give some hints about the pricing model. The fact that it's a license-based pricing model. So for instance, they could say something like adapt to your team size or flexible with your company size, etc., etc. Below the headline, they use a toggle button that is really interesting. It's a toggle button that I don't see that much often, but it enables to work around the fact that they have more than 4 plans. It is commonly admitted that you should not display more than 4 plans on your pricing page. At least no more than 4 plans compared horizontally, because it makes it really, really difficult to compare the price bands, the feature list of each of those plans. However, the trick for them here is to add this toggle button that enables to actually categorize their plan. So by default, those maybe more self-served plans for smaller companies and the sales enterprise plan when you change the state of the toggle button. So here also very good practice if you happen to have more than 4 plans instead of like stacking them up horizontally or adding several lines of plans. What I really like also inside their pricing table is their plan description. So if I have a look at the plan description from the starter plan, you see here they mention the persona that is more, tailored to the plan. So here, growing teams, and the corresponding use case or the problem that they may want to solve with the plan. And I think it's a very good practice because this kind of plan description alongside a plan name can really help the prospect associate themselves to a specific plan very quickly when they come to your pricing page. And if they manage to associate themselves with a plan very quickly, this will increase the likelihood for them to at least create an account basically. A thing that they should improve, in my opinion, is the way that they display, or at least they compare the monthly amount to the yearly amount. So here, from the fact that they display the monthly amounts below, we can infer that the 10.99 euros is the amount per month, but when you commit to a yearly plan, but it's not that clear here. And I would actually use the common practice of having a toggle button on top of those plans, where you can switch between a monthly billing period and a yearly billing period, Also, inside this toggle button, you can, it's quite frequent that, companies emphasize highlight the yearly discount, basically what you're going to save up by basically subscribing to a yearly plan. So possibly something to improve here, basically. Scrolling down the pricing table, I see that they have a lot of features displayed here, maybe a bit too many. I would probably remove some of those and keep only the most important ones, and also more importantly the ones that are that differ actually from one plan to another. For instance, in terms of quantity, so you see the first one, they should keep it here because that's the maximum number of teammates they can have in each workspace. And obviously that's something that differs from one plan to another, and that's a very important information to display in the pricing tables. Something really that I really like on the pricing page is this link that opens up a modal overlay on specific features. It makes it possible to really provide a comprehensive description of the corresponding feature with, also the benefits of the feature, not only the feature per se, but also what it's going to solve for the customer, and also making it possible to add a picture or a video that really helps the prospect project themselves into the app. I often see pricing pages using with tooltips that open up when you hover on certain features, which is fine, and which is actually a good way of providing more information. But sometimes I feel that the images and the key videos that are embedded in those tooltips, they are not really visible. So maybe for tooltips, keep written descriptions, and if you really want to provide screenshots or videos, use this modal overlay that I think Asana perfectly execute there. Below they have this comparison table. This comparison table is collapsible. Obviously those feature comparison table, they are meant to be very comprehensive in the way they describe, the full list of features available in each plan. So, makes sense to hide it by default and make it possible to display the full list if the prospect wants to dive a bit deeper into the details of it. Those features are broken down into sections here, so that's a very good practice. The only thing I would change is I would actually freeze the headers of the table so that when you scroll down, you keep seeing the corresponding plan, because when you scroll down, as you can see here, you kind of get lost at it's difficult to remember what column corresponds to each plan, and you end up scrolling up again and scrolling down, which is not very efficient. I would also add the amount, the price amount corresponding to each plan, and also possibly a call to action, because obviously the more call to action, the more likely the prospect will create an account, as long as as those CTAs are not everywhere and too overwhelming for the prospect. I think it's fine to add those there, and they actually do that at the bottom of the table. They also added some social proof below, which is something that is probably the number one mistake that people do on pricing pages. You should provide some social proof with some logos, with some testimonials. That's very important. Here, what is interesting is that they seem to highlight their bigger customers, basically bigger size customers. Obviously, that speaks volumes about their go-to-market strategy. And learning here is probably to actually display logos that are aligned with your go-to-market strategy. So for instance, if you are a European company and you want to address the American market, it could be interesting to add some American logos from your customer base. And last but not least, the FAQ section. It's a very important section to add on your pricing page. Here, I feel it's a bit too long, but sometimes you just don't have a choice. I often advise my customers to have between 6 to 8 questions to make the FAQ readable and to make the customers want to read those questions. However, sometimes you don't have a choice, but if you do have more and you are obliged to have more, break those questions down into sections by theme, basically, to make the FAQ more digestible, and make sure to prioritize on top those pricing questions that are going to remove doubt for your prospect and that will help contribute in your prospect creating an account without obviously worrying too much. So for instance, I saw that there's this question about their refund policy. I think they do not offer any refunds, which is probably why they're putting it at the bottom. However, if you do have a refund policy or any clawback clause, like if you're not satisfied, we will refund you after 30 days. Maybe put them more on top so that your prospects are more likely to read those questions and answers. So that was about it for the roast of Asana's pricing page. I hope you liked it. I think there are a few things really to take from that pricing page, even if you are a way smaller company than Asana. And if you want to get a roast of our pricing page, don't hesitate to book a call on my website, on the Roast My Pricing Page website. And in the meantime, I wish you very good luck and a very good day. Cheers. Bye bye.